But first of all, we need to talk about what's discrimination. Discrimination is the unfair or prejudicial treatment of people and groups based on our characteristics such as race, gender, age, sexual orientation, or beliefs, or thoughts. Discrimination has it in its own way its good and obviously its bad parts. As for the good ones, it can influence in a people's perceptions of their way of living and may want to change in the status quo of its society in a good way. And for its counterpart, it can affect an individual or a group of people either in their mental or physical state. But today, my team will be talking about the tragic and revolutionary event of the killing of George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd.
Who was George Floyd? He was born in Houston, Texas. He was father of a 6-year-old girl named Gianna, the result of his relationship with a woman named Roxy Washington. He had worked as a security guard in the city of Minnesota. Also, the coronavirus crisis had left him without a job.
Floyd's death occurred on the May 25th of 2020 in the Powderhorn neighborhood in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
In the incident that occurred on the 25th of May of 2020 in Minnesota, there were 3 policemen and obviously the affected George Floyd.
George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man from Minnesota, was arrested after police responded to a call from a potentially counterfeit bill. In the footage, we can see how Floyd is being dragged out of his vehicle after the officer drew his gun and pointed at him. Later, we can see how Floyd is pinned to the sidewalk while in handcuffs. After that, the police officer proceeded to kneel down on Floyd's neck for 7 minutes, putting all of his body weight on his airway. George Floyd would later die of complications at the hospital.
Discrimination was, is, and will always be a big problem. But believing in what we believe, loving who we love, living life as we can, and having what we have without affecting anyone else, would that be a utopia or could that be our future?